Good morning. I'm going to talk to you about buying property in Spain. The first thing I'd like to say is that when you buy a property in Spain, you're not restricted by nationality, and therefore it doesn't matter whether you are from Iran, from Honduras, from Singapore. Anyone in the world can buy property in Spain freely without restrictions. From a legal point of view, what you really want to make sure is that you get yourself a good lawyer. This is important because the lawyer is going to guide you through the process, and also his professional indemnity insurance will cover you against any potential negligence whilst buying that property. One thing or a few things which you need to know about buying property. First thing is your lawyer will have to ensure ownership. That means that he's going to check who the property owner is so that he deals with the right person. Second thing is make sure the property is registered correctly with the land registry. In Marbella, for example, the land registries are actually in this building. So on the second floor of this building, we have the 5 registries that work within the Marbella municipality. Other things which are important are, for example, the size of the property. The lawyer needs to make sure that the property is correctly registered in all its dimensions. In other words, if the property is 85 square meters, then that full size has to be registered. Generally, what you do is you would want to hire a valuer or a surveyor to ensure that this is the case, because they're going to be measuring. The lawyer's not able to measure himself. It's not actually his job anyway to do so. So what you do is on the side, you can hire someone to do that. If you are taking out a mortgage, then that's not a problem. That would actually help you, because the valuation is going to help you ensure that the right sizes are registered. Another thing which is important is ensuring that all the taxes are paid on the property, because if they're not paid, then generally you're going to have to pay them. The taxes go with the property most of the times. Not personal taxes, but property taxes do go attached to the property. Of course, for example, the obvious thing, charges. What charges you can find? Well, most of the times you're going to find a mortgage on that property, because most people need mortgages to acquire ownership. So what you'll find is a mortgage. That is the biggest of the charges or the encumbrances you're going to be finding, and that's going to be dealt with by the lawyer. You might have also issues with the community fees or service charge. That is also attached to the property, so the lawyer will have to make sure that there are no outstanding payments for community on that property. And finally, the utilities. Utilities are relatively important as well, because you don't want to have a situation where you get cut off because there are no payments made on the last 4 months. For example, on electricity, the same applies with water, maybe gas. You also want to check the alarm is being transferred to you or cancelled, and generally all those smaller bits which are in any event also important. And finally, what you need to ensure is to that, and this is not so much to do with the actual property, but with the source of the funds. Make sure that the funds you use for that property, you can demonstrate their origin, because otherwise it could cause you a bit of a problem in future.